Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, everybody. Good
Hey,
evening.
everybody. Hey, everybody. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in. Listen, we have been having a very heated conversation.
Yes.
We've been having a very heated conversation to the point where when we left off, Miss Shawn,
Yes.
we were having a conversation about we had dropped some things off somewhere.
Yes, we did.
And there were some people involved, and we were heading back to my place.
Yes.
Okay. And so in the midst of all of that, we didn't omit the fact that there was another player involved, and I was in the process of having company soon.
You were.
So,
Lord have mercy.
so who was coming?
You had an out of town guest coming.
I had an out of town guest coming.
You did.
I did, and I think that's the title of tonight's video.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You had a little bit of company coming to stay for a little while.
Yeah. So, in episode 4, we talked about how Shawn came back to the house. We stayed up real late, right? We stayed up really late and we were talking. And in the midst of us talking, nothing happened.
Right.
But
I was too upset.
You were too upset. You were too upset. And we woke up that next day. And remember, you ain't got no car.
Right. Because I turned in the vehicle that I did have possession of.
Shawn ain't got no car.
In the midst of my emotion.
Shawn might have apartment.
Yep.
Shawn might have furniture in apartment, but Shawn ain't got no car. Nope. Okay. So I drove you back home, which was about 45 minutes away. Mm-hmm. I drove you back home, and I went back to my apartment, and I started to prepare over the next couple of days for my out-of-town guests. Mm-hmm. Girl, I cleaned. I wiped baseboards with Fabuloso. You know, girl, I dusted, you know, ceiling and fixtures and everything for cobwebs just to make sure everything was just so,
you know. Getting ready.
I was getting ready. Girl, you know. So I did all of that, and comes the day where Miss Brittany is scheduled to arrive. Mm-hmm. Okay? So she's scheduled to arrive, and I had been so familiar with the area of town that I lived in and where the college campus was and all of the things. I hadn't really been on the other side of town.
Oh, yeah. Because there's always another side of the coin, ain't it?
There's another side of town, right? So I didn't know that that's where the Greyhound buses come, was the other side of town. Mm-hmm. So I get in my little coupe, my little sedan, and I venture over to the other side of town. And I remember looking around like, oh my God, girl, where we at? You know, I'm over here by myself. And I'm like, girl, where we at?
Were you nervous?
You know, this is the kind of neighborhood where, girl, you don't stop at the stop sign. You slow down. You know what I'm saying? So I started to get a little nervous. And you know, her bus that particular night, it came late. You know, Greyhound have, you know, ungodly hours, girl. So her bus came in real late. Okay? So I get up there. I call myself getting up there like 20 minutes early just in case. You know, because the last thing you want is a lady waiting for you. You see what I'm saying? So I get up there like with 20 minutes to spare. And I'm looking around like, girl, the characters. The characters is getting off some of these buses. So I started to get nervous. And I was like, well, what kind of woman did I send for? You know, I'm not knowing. And no shade to her if she see this video.
With college students.
You know, what I didn't know. Well, it wasn't college students getting off the bus, girl. Right. It looked like people who had a very long, hard, troubled life, you know. So I spot her in the crowd. So I'm waiting in the car for about 20 minutes or so, and I spot her in the crowd.
Because I'm sure she set herself apart from what you were saying.
Listen.
Oh, gosh.
Honey, listen. Listen. this is not a paid for sponsorship video. At the time, I was not a member of any sorority, but she happens to be in the same sorority as Sean and I. If you know, you know, okay? One ain't got nothing to do with the other, but I'm just telling you what I'm telling you. You see what I'm saying?
So why are you surprised?
Because, baby, when the lady got off the bus, listen, I just put it like this. I don't know if she got off the bus or if the bus got off of her. Huh? Let me say it for the people in the back because somebody missed it. Somebody came in late or might be watching this as a replay. I don't know if she got off the bus or if the bus got off of her.
Lord have mercy. I don't even want to presume to guess what that means.
Cause baby, listen. All I'ma say is my brother wrote a song about it. Like the here it go. He said, all that ass in them jeans. I just remember saying, ooh. I remember saying, ooh. All this
for me.
Powder me. So I remember her saying, hey, we were having good conversation on the ride back. And I remember her saying, what do you want? It's like a Friday night or so, So I remember her saying, like, what do you want to do tonight? At this time, I done got dressed, I done showered, everything, but she's been traveling, right? So I'm thinking she together. She looked together for me. So she's like, well, I want to go back to your place. I want to shower, change clothes, etc. Right? That's what we do. Get back to my house. She showers. She changes clothes. I take her out to eat, and then we go to the movies.
Okay. Right?
Good night. Next several days, having a really, really good time. Then Sean's been quiet. Okay?
I didn't have a choice.
Sean's been quiet. So Brittany and I are trying to figure out, well, what else can we do, right? Because it's spring break. So there's no parties on campus. People are not really getting together. Everybody's kind of scattered. And for the most part, all of my friends are out of town, because it's spring break, right? So it wasn't even like I could really like bring her around the crew or anything like that, right? So I remember reaching out to Sean and was like, murder.
What do you want?
Murder. I know you've been quiet and all, and I know this sounds strange, but do you want to like get together with us and do something? Because I want to put you back in best friend mode. if you please.
Oh, okay.
If you please. So Sean was like, girl, okay. Girl, I hang out with you and your little friend. I hang out with you and your little friend. So that particular night, now keep in mind, a couple nights ago, I told you we went out to eat, we went to dinner, that whole thing. Now this is a couple days later because she was here for, a few days, right? Now this particular day, we shower, get dressed, we go to the area that Sean lives in, about 45 minutes away. We go to Peoria. There was this club down there that Sean and I love to go to. Girl, a lot of stories center around Club Rain.
Yeah, that was the spot, child.
Okay. So Sean and I take Brittany to Club Rain. We go downtown, everybody in line, girl, we at Club Rain. Girl, Brittany dressed, Sean dressed, Candy dressed. I'm going to say it again, huh? Brittany dressed, Sean dressed, Candy dressed. We walk in Club Rain. We sit up in the VIP section where Sean and I like to frequent. We get us a table up there. Club Rain was known for having these fishbowl drinks.
Yep.
Sean get a fishbowl. Brittany get a fishbowl. Candy get a fishbowl. I'm talking about the bowl was like this big.
Huge.
And it had all kinds of you know, different, alcohols and things in it, but it had like a fruity taste. Mm-hmm. So it would sneak up on you. You see what I'm saying? But girl, it was like a punch bowl or something. Like, whatever, right? So we sitting there. Now keep in mind, we're in the club, girl. We're not in the library. We're in the club. People are dancing. It's crowded. People bumping into folks, everything. But we got our own little section in this VIP section. Mm-hmm. We look over there, and girl, Brittany's asleep. She's sitting there like this. She holding, like I'm holding this pillow. Girl, she holding her pocketbook. She like, girl, Brittany sleep, girl.
Like sleep.
Girl, Brittany is asleep. Girl, she sleep. Girl, she's like 16-hour shift sleep. Like I worked a double. You worked a what? A double. Okay. So, Sean and I start to have a conversation. I'm like, Sean, are you okay? Sean is like, yeah. So we opening up, Sean and I are having a conversation. And now in this moment, wouldn't you say we're talking about the elephant in the room?
Yeah.
The fact that we had crossed the line and, up until this point, how do you feel about it? How do you feel about her being here? All of these things, right? Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Brittany's sitting here doing what?
Sleep.
Okay? I am sitting there talking to Sean. Mm-hmm. What happened?
So we're talking, and I don't know if Candy forgot that she had a guest, or if it was just the fact that, she was, in the midst of the conversation with me, and Brittany was asleep anyway, so it didn't matter. So we were just talking, and I just remember her looking at me, and I was looking at her, and I was like waiting for her to say something else. And she just looked at me and she was like, I love you. What? Wait a minute. Pause. Is this the fishbowl talking, or like what are we doing here? What do you mean? Yeah. And I said, oh, I love you too.
Mm-hmm. And I asked you, I said, are you sure? Mm-hmm. And what'd you say?
I said, yes, I am.
Did you really, or were you just being polite and staying in the back?
No, I did. I loved you. I wasn't in love with you, but I loved you.
Girl, I wasn't in love with you.
I know you,
girl.
Why people always do that?
Girl, I wasn't. Girl, I wasn't. Girl, I never said in. I said, girl, I love you.
Let's not get started on this thing. I mean,
yeah.
But I was shocked because I said, really? Like I didn't think. Cause I'm like, mind you, you've had company and you've been companying, and you know what I'm saying? Like, so far be it for me to even think that I even crossed your mind in the midst of all the company and you've been doing.
Well, when you say okay, so you said something, right? You said you've been companying and you've been companying. What does that mean?
Let's just say you was being an adult with your adult company.
What does that mean?
That you had been getting it in the whole time that she was here.
I mean,
I mean,
I wouldn't necessarily say the whole time. I wouldn't necessarily say the whole time. But did you know that at that time?
No, I didn't. But you told me later, so it's in retrospect.
I told you later
that
we had
yeah.
exchanged,
yeah,
and then
yeah. Yes.
You asked me that later.
I'm sure I probably did.
I know you did. You did.
I'm sure I probably did. Because I wanted to know. So you're not going to just profess how you feel about me and then, comatose is over there.
That's probably why she was asleep.
You had a session before you came to pick me up?
Huh?
What?
What did you say?
Oh, okay.
What did you say?
I said you had a session before you came to pick me up for the club?
No. My memory don't serve. My memory don't serve me to believe that that's how it went down. My memory don't. I don't believe That's how it played out.
Okay.
I don't believe that's my timeline. I know
It's neither here nor there, I guess.
I know that we did, but I don't think it was like right before. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was like that. You know, I don't know.
Not me.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I do remember. Now this part I do remember. Remember I told you roommate? Okay, so my college roommate, her name is Quanisha. Every now and then she pop up on the page, hey roommate, right? Her boyfriend then is now her husband. Okay? Now they were dating then, you know, so he would come for the weekend and they would be hanging out and all the things, right? I remember when Brittany came, they was just sitting in the living room watching TV. I remember the two of them was looking like, who? What? I was like, don't worry about it. You see what I'm saying? Don't. Hey, everybody. And then we went in the room, closed it up. You know, that kind of thing, right? And so I remember roommate came in there one day, not while she was there, but when she left, and sat on the floor and said, I want to know what you be doing. I said, what? She said, I want to know. I want to know what be happening
betwixt these walls.
Because I thought I was old enough. But people come up in here and don't leave out the same way they came in here. And I want to know. She was like, I'm just asking you. What be going on up in here? And I was like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. You know.
Lord have mercy.
So, yeah. So, Brittany stayed for a few days. All jokes aside, Brittany stayed for a few days. And I think along the visit, we had a great time. Mm-hmm. The physical attraction was overwhelmingly there. Mm-hmm. But I think we both kind of identified after spending time together that we didn't have what it took for the long run.
Because you weren't really compatible like that.
We weren't compatible like that, okay. Right? So we continued to have a good time, and we continued to even talk after she left. Mm-hmm. But I remember when she left, I remember talking to you. Mm-hmm. What happened when I talked to you?
Well, I told you, because I was like, well, since your company is gone, did you want to come and spend time in my house? I mean, what we want to do? I said, because when you come, if you decide you want to come and hang out, I had a guest of my own for a little bit of time, you know, and I need to tell you about what happened.
Hell, you mean guest of your own? What you mean guest of your own? I only reason why I had company was because we had already planned it. Me and you weren't supposed to go here. We weren't supposed to be crossing these lines. Now we in it. You see what I'm saying? And so I didn't want to renege and I didn't want to backpedal. But now that we're here, you know, whatever. We had already talked about the fact she was coming. You knew all of this. Mm-hmm. But what we didn't talk about, you now telling me you had company?
Yeah, because somebody called my phone and said they wanted to talk.
Who?
Ashley.
Come again?
Ashley.
The ventriloquist called your phone and said she needed to talk.
And she needed to talk. And she wanted to come by.
What'd you say?
I'm here.
So you let her come over there?
Because she said she just needs to talk.
You gonna tell me now or when I get there what happened?
When you get there.
All right.